Papa, Shankara claimed that his teaching could be summed up in a half verse. If you had to sum up your teaching in 1 or 2 sentences, what would they be?
No teaching, no teacher, no student.
So then what are we doing here today?
To find out who you are. Because if you go for teaching, you have to leave a place and go to forest, find out some center in the Himalayas, some teacher in the caves of the Himalayas, and then reject your life, family, and stay with that teacher. And what he will teach you, some teaching that he has learnt from his guru or from the books. So what he is going to teach you is from the past. Any teaching he is going to teach you with the mind, and any student which he is receiving the teaching, it is going to be with the mind. And there is no teacher, no teaching that has not to make use of the mind. And mind is past. And he has to dig out the teaching from the books. And therefore, that belongs to the past. So what my teaching is, I don't call it a teaching. Stay quiet. Don't run after any teacher, any teaching, any intention of anything, any notion, any ideas. Wherever you are, whatever walk of life you are, family life, army life, businessman, or whatever you are doing, stay quiet wherever you are and shun notions, ideations, and then keep quiet. What teaching you need here? And if you want to go in search of a teacher, you have to leave some place for some other place. And what are you going to get by moving geographically from Vancouver to Lucknow?
Master, what is wrong with the past? Kierkegaard says those who do not learn from the past are doomed to repeat it. Can we not learn from the past?
You can learn from the past only to remain in the past. How to get rid of the past? How to be present? What you will learn from the past? Past is graveyard. Past is graveyard. If you enter the graveyard, dig out the graves, what will you learn from those people who are under the graves?
Right indeed. You say to be quiet. This strikes me as tantamount to asking a man to stop breathing, or it's a bit like saying, do I have a tongue or not? Man is a product of his past. He, as the Dhammapada says, man is what his actions and thoughts have made him. It's not so easy for most of us, for people conditioned by the past, to so quickly escape from it, to deny it. Is there not something then that you can say to people in such a situation?
Everything, all the universe, why universe? The whole creation, the whole planets, including the Creator who has created you, is past. Creator itself is past. God also is past. Therefore, who has, when you say Creator, He creates, according to your philosophy, He creates. He becomes Brahma, the Creator. So He needs to look after the beings. Then there is another role to be played. He is preservator, Vishnu. Then for destruction, then it is Shiva. So this is the creation. So birth, staying, and destruction. Where does this concept come from? Who created the Creator? When you say creation, when you say this thing, what you spoke about this thing, you have got to return to the Creator at least. But who created the Creator?
Master, in that case, why do the scriptures, for what reason does Shruti and Smriti exist? Why have great ones of the past asked us to study the scriptures, making a distinction between worldly knowledge and spiritual knowledge?
So that they get, after learning these Upanishads, Vedas, Sutras, Shastras, so that they get fed up one day with these, then they sit quiet. They will not find anything from anything. Vedas also keep quiet, you see.
Does the yearning for freedom arise spontaneously in a man or a woman in that case without any prior, he doesn't need to, or she doesn't need to hear of it?
It is already there. It's already there. Because of these notions, because this Veda says like this thing, and there is a Creator, there is a Brahma,
so has it not some utility then, some use? Otherwise, why do teachers teach?
Teacher teaches you so that by learning this thing, going to the teacher also says, this is not the ultimate of the teaching. Even Veda declares, all after writing the Vedas, the Vyasa himself says, it is not this and it is not this.
Right.
What does it mean? What Veda means knowledge. The Veda word means knowledge. When the book of knowledge, this is the most ancient book. Veda is the most ancient book, dated about 25,000 years, at least they say. And when it itself says, no other book says, so it is very honestly, Vyasa has very honestly described this thing, and the Veda has come from chest to chest, you see. It declares, neti, naiti, neither this nor that, you see. So if you believe this Veda, it's very clear, don't believe what is written in this. It's a very honest statement, and we listen, and it will tell you what I speak. Neither this, neither that. So in between this, in between this, and in between that. So this and that. Now this is gone, and that is gone. What is this now?
Yes, nothing.
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 And nothingness was there or not before these cups were there.
Yes, it was there.
It was there. It has got nothing to do with these cups. Whether they were there, it's not affected. Now cup appeared. Cups appeared, nothingness is not disturbed. What is the cup? Name, form.
I see. So no amount of action from the past can deliver us from the past, because actions are not opposed to ignorance. Only knowledge is opposed to ignorance. Is this what you mean? and let me, in returning to your teaching, what is the origin of ignorance, of avidya? And in specifically, where does avidya inhere in the jiva? Is it in the ahamkar itself, or manas, chit? Where, if man is bound, that bondage consists, I take it, that you say, of nescience, of ignorance. Where does this ignorance appear in jiva? If, as you say, my true nature is ever free, and that pure consciousness is also, how can we say, knowledge itself, knowingness itself, how then does it come that jiva becomes bound? And where does this ignorance arise from?
So you are speaking of avidya, na vidyate iti vidya. When you don't see, it is avidya, na vidyate iti avidya. You don't see, therefore it is ignorance.
Where is that ignorance in us, Master?
Acha, it arises from the same source.
As knowledge.
Where the vidya rises, from there itself avidya rises. There's no other place.
Now,
where does it rise from otherwise?
Yes, that's my question.
Yes, yes.
Is it coming from ahamkar or from manas, from chit, buddhi?
Whatever it is, your question is quite different. Whatever exists, it must exist from one source, because there's nothing else except, if there's reality, it has to be one. Cannot be two realities.
Yes, right.
One is the source of one and other is the source of other. It has to rise from one thing, yes, whatever it is.
There cannot be two infinite absolutes.
So
right.
Cannot be. Infinite should be one. So this rises from, call it whatever, I don't give any name. People call it knowledge, light, emptiness, consciousness. What do you prefer I use? Whatever it is.
Achha.
Atman, Brahman, whatever it is. Whatever to convey to you, which I don't use any word.
Master, how does the Atma become clouded with avidya?
Atman is ever pure. I tell you how it rises. Now the consciousness is there alone, consciousness, awareness. Now from the awareness, something arises. From the awareness, some wave, like from the ocean, wave is rising. You see. Something arises from the wave. Something when rises from the ocean, wave itself. Now relation between ocean and wave, what relationship they have got now?
Yes, they're the same, and yet they're different.
Achha, same as different. Okay. So if someone is seeing from the beach, he will call it wave, bigger, smaller, coming, going, settling down, getting lost. So that's not the question of our issue. It's rising now, wave is rising from the ocean. Now from consciousness, something is rising. Consciousness, now relationship between consciousness and the rise of the wave, something, there's no difference, no?
Yes, right.
There cannot be any difference. So, I'm not complete yet. It's rising. So when this wave, this consciousness itself, wants to know what it is.
This implies a lack of knowledge in consciousness.
No, consciousness itself...
How can consciousness be full then?
Consciousness questions to itself, what is this? What is this?
But it should know.
Yes.
Is there anything lacking in consciousness?
Then there is no trouble.
But if you say in consciousness,
Yes, your question.
a desire arises to know itself,
okay, the desire
then it
arises.
implies that there's a lack of completeness in consciousness.
Yeah,
Since a desire is a desire,
I'm going to
implies a
tackle
lack.
this. I'm going to tackle this point also, but now the question is how this universe arises from the consciousness, and we don't like it, and we call it bondage. Your question originally is bondage.
Yes.
Now, acha, this consciousness is rising from consciousness, and the consciousness wants to know now what is it. Consciousness addressing to consciousness, what is it? Consciousness addressing to itself. As you see the reflection of the mirror, and it is your own. But when you say like this thing, for your enjoyment, yes, am I Ram? You look this thing, oh, beautiful, you know. So when you say it is Ram, you are there, you see.
Yes.
When you say it's Ram, separation has taken place in the mirror. That is how it has happened. Now this mirror is there. Now reflection has come, separation has arisen from the same source. Now consciousness is now concealed with this wave. Who am I? Who am I? What is this?
Is that reflection real or not? Is that reflection real or not? You realize in Advait, one school
It's
considers it real, another school considers it unreal.
Yeah, unreal so far is unreal so far. You don't recognize that the substance is the same. Then it's not real. Yes, then it's different. But if you see the name and form of the wave is different, now consciousness is different, and the universe is different. So many beings, some are dying, some are troubling, there are mountains, there are rivers, there are forests, so many beings. Now you look at these, now this separation is now concealing the original consciousness.
Unity, yes.
You don't see anything. As you have a ring, now this is a ring. This is a ring, you know, this is a ring. This is a ring, you see.
That will come.
This is a ring, you know. It is round, isn't it? 1 centimeter, call it whatever it is, you see. I can call it ½ an inch. Its diameter, and then it is circumference, then it is circumference, then it is made for this purpose. Ring, name, form. Its name is now ring, you see. Name is ring, form is something round which we put on the finger. What else do you see?
What it's made of. It's made of gold.
And now you say what's made of. When you question what is this universe is made of, now when you say it's gold, you don't see the ring.
Yes, I see. Names and forms hide the reality underneath.
Name and form is hiding its goldness.
And this comes from an act of
It
consciousness
came
itself.
from gold. It was gold. It is gold. It was just an ore. It was just an ore. I am a mining man. I know it was just an ore. And out of 1 ton, you get 1 ounce. It was just a stone.
Achha.
And when the stone is there, you don't see this gold even. When you see the ring, you don't see the gold. Gold is concealed because of name and form. Goldness is concealed. Now consciousness is concealed because some rise is there, and that now consciousness has become I. Look, I. Simply that same consciousness, no problem, it has become now I. Now I is separated, the wave is separated from the ocean, has become name. Now I am Ram, she is Bhakti. I have body, I have mind, I have intellect, I have limbs, I can do this, I can go wherever I like. Now what I speak about is, where does the I arise from? And there's no difference between I and the consciousness, you see.
Master, where does the I thought originate? Ramana says that it originates in the spiritual heart in the middle right-hand side of the chest, wherein is the cave of the heart, within which the Aham Sphurna throbs or shines. But you say this heart is neither inside nor outside the chest. Where then is it?
Neither inside nor outside.
So this doesn't say much to me. If it's neither inside or outside, it's nowhere.
It's everywhere, which is neither inside nor outside, neither inside nor outside, it is everywhere.
But it must localize within the Jivatma somewhere.
So if it has to be localized, when this cup is there, this is a cup, there is emptiness inside the cup. Emptiness inside the cup.
I mean, I ask this question because you say, you advise us to find the source of the I. Like your teacher, your own master, you have asked us to ask, who am I? And to trace the source of that thought. Now, if that thought is neither inside nor outside, then it becomes...
I asked you to find out because you have come to ask me, who am I? Therefore, who am I you come to, because I am afflicted
yes.
with the suffering of the world. Master, save me.
Yes,
You tell me.
I am burning, yes.
Then I say, you find out who is suffering. Who is suffering? Then he says, I am suffering. Then I say, find out the one who is suffering. Question to yourself, who is suffering? Now where does the I arise from? Your question is very genuine.
I say from the heart.
Yeah, anywhere, heart or no heart, it's very correct question. And this will solve the whole phenomena if you understand. And you can understand it in a finger snap.
Yes, or
How? Because when you wake up, just wake up from your sleep, who wakes up first?
the I.
I. And between when you went to sleep and before you wake up, where was the I? Are you aware of it? You go to sleep, 11 p.m., you slept, and 10 hours, 59 minutes, and 60 seconds you were awake. After that, you sent away everybody outside, your library, your flat, your near and dear ones. You went alone to sleep. And so much so, body also you didn't take with you, mind also you didn't take with you, your ignorance you didn't take with you, and your knowledge you didn't take with you. You left everything outside and you went to sleep. And name and form also you left outside, and you went absolutely alone. No I, no mind, no ignorance, no wisdom, no God, no demon, no samsara. You went alone.
What then is dream, Papa? What is the dream? What is the dream state?
I'm speaking of
Sushupti.
Sushupti.
Sushupti, no, I see, okay.
Dream and this state, there's no difference. There's no difference because you are seeing objects and also you are seeing objects.
In the dream state, yes.
Dream
Manas
also,
is still
so
functioning.
there's no difference. When you see a tiger in the dream, you are really afraid of the tiger. He's pouncing on you in the forest. And you don't say, you are a dream tiger, I am a dream Ram, come and eat me up. You don't say. You try to climb the tree.
Master, where does the light in your dreams come from? Where does the light in one's dreams come from?
That's what I will ask you now. Next question. Next question I will ask you. You went alone to sleep. You do not know anything. Now you wake up again. I arose. She was waiting outside for you. Because you kept it outside. And you bound yourself, next 5 a.m. I have to do this work. And if you had cut this rope, then you will never wake up. Never wake up to waking state. Perhaps you will wake up to real state, where there is no waking state, no dream state, and no sleep state. It's some other state. And this you experience in the sleep state also. When someone asks you, Ram, how did you sleep? Oh, very well, excellent. I did not dream a dream. I forgot everything. You are aware of the Sushupti. Who was aware during the Sushupti? That he is enjoying, that is enjoying when you are sleeping. No samsara, nothing was there. Who is the enjoyer? When you sleep, who is the enjoyer?
Must be self, Atma.
Maybe anything. Now the self is there now. So when you wake up, who is waking up? Who is waking up? Is it not the self?
The self is always awake.
It's always awake.
So how can self wake?
Huh?
It's the I that wakes.
I that wakes away. And this, what about the self that you have seen? The self is seeing your sleep state also. And when you are dreaming, the self is aware you are dreaming. And now waking state, without the self, how can you have any state without the self?
You know, the wave that is I has separated itself from self and identified itself now as the separate wave.
Therefore suffering.
Yes, suffering.
And that which was the enjoyer is now concealed. I woke up. I woke up now. I means this body, mind,
illusory,
intellect, activity. This wakes up.
Master, in an interview you said, know your own self, and this knowing is being. That's all you need to know. Knowing is being. Now my question is, what makes knowing being? The two are not coextensive. That is to say, it's possible to be without knowing, and there are many truths, many things that we can know. For instance, the theorems of mathematics. Even we can talk about a 54-sided figure, which don't necessarily exist. Knowledge seems to be a mental act, whereas being is something that may be mental, but also obviously is something quite more than that. In what sense then do you mean knowing is being?
In knowing, definitely this knowledge of knowing has come from the past, from you. Any knowledge comes from the past, from the books, or you have heard from some sages, saints, or some teachers, which you call knowledge, and go on accumulated this life or previous lives, go on accumulated, and this knowledge is now collected in your memory. You have stored this knowledge. And where does this knowledge go when you sleep? When you speak of knowledge, definitely you have some subject or object in mind. Some subject and object in the mind, and that you must have learnt in the university or from someone else directly. But this is not direct experience. Through the mind, knowledge is gained through the mind. Therefore, it's not seeing. When I say seeing, is being. This means it's not knowledge, it's not learning. When I say knowledge, because this knowledge has been used, it's called knowledge, what I call learning. You learn from someone, and that's piled up what it is. It is misinterpreted and called knowledge also. But even knowledge is not knowledge. The source, which is beyond knowledge and beyond learning, which is fully full.
Which is beyond mind then?
Beyond, yes, yes. Anything, everything that you come, it comes from there, you see.
Who is it that then, if it is not the mind that knows this, that has this knowledge, or to whom does this knowledge occur?
To no mind.
I see. Do you mean that by that the Shakshi? Is this the witness then?
Its mind has gone. When the mind goes,
All right, no mind.
Mind is gone.
No manas, no chit, no ahamkar, no buddhi.
No, but the
Now there's no memory,
is gone.
nothing.
Means no past.
In which case, we would normally say there's no knowledge also. Now, no
nothing.
knowledge.
No, nothing there. Mind means knowledge.
It's
mind is
necessary to have a mind to know.
Yeah,
So now
you
you've
need a
eliminated
mind.
mind. How can we know
Eliminated.
anything?
No mind will. Everything that we know is from the no mind. We do not know.
Who is sleeping? Who sleeps then in Sushupti? What is it that sleeps? What is it that witnesses that sleep? Is there not a witness here that behind the mind?
It is behind the mind, beyond the mind.
See, what is this witness? You talk about the witness, the Shakshi.
It is the Sakshi. It is the Sakshi. If I describe it, then it be described. It will become described.
That's all right?
It becomes described. Then how can it be witness? When it is taking part in description, how can it be witness? Once you see, Kabir just came out of his Kabir Chaura, then there was a fight. Two people were fighting between themselves. Now Kabir was going to Ganga for bath, and just policemen saw that one man is just chopped off the hand of somebody else, so people have arrested them and put them before the magistrate. So they need always, magistrate needs a witness, isn't it? He can't decide. He said he was going to attack me, and I just for my self-defense. But self-defense, it was his chopper, his knife. Then I attacked him. So he came to attack me. I was going my way. Who to decide now? So it was Kabir who was seen. He was the witness. And then he was called. Kabir had to appear in the court. Then he said, no, he has seen. He was on the spot where this call took place, and he said, the one who has seen cannot speak. Eyes has seen, cannot speak. Eyes has seen, cannot speak. The tongue can speak, it has not seen. Witness is someone else, you see. Witness is within the same person who has attacked and who is not attacked. That's the best witness, but that no one knows, neither the judge and not these people. It is the best witness, you see. So it is concealed because we don't listen. We don't listen that because it is concealed simply because of I.
So how do we then remove this I-ness that conceals the witness?
That's why you started this question, So I was going to reply this thing, where does the I arise from?
Mm-hmm.
So I say, find out the source of I. Find out the source of I. That's all. And with this, you give me this page, and have you got a pencil?
Mm-hmm.
So I say the source of I.
Mm-hmm.
So, what is this?
Who?
Who, and this
Am. Mm-hmm.
am, and then this I. Okay.
Right.
So I tell you to find out the source of this. So you are finding, you are going, so you are traveling from here, who? You have covered this distance,
Mm-hmm.
so this is not there now.
Mm-hmm.
You have come to am,
Mm-hmm.
finished. Now you have come to I. Now you want to go to the source of this. This is not there. Now you have to go here. What is here now? What is next?
Why should I think that anything's next?
Hmm?
Maybe all I know is I. If
Yeah.
if I'm in thought, to go beyond thought is an impossibility.
No.
Using thought to limit it.
No. You have not to think. Just your thought. Again you say, I am to think, I am not to think. But the same thing, you are searching the source of that. Again, I am not to think. Again I say, I am not to think. I say, this I which you again used, we are finding the source of this I.
Right, but I say this is like asking a man, when you tell a man to stop thinking.
Okay, I say, again I is there. So I say, don't use the word I, and then let me see what happens to you.
Without that word,
Okay, without that word, don't use the I. And it's a word, don't use any word. And don't think about it for 1 second and tell me what happened.
mind runs on.
Huh?
Mind runs on.
This is mind. I is mind.
How to stop mind?
It is stop.
You say stop.
No,
But
I don't
words
say,
don't make it so.
I don't say stop. I say give me the result. I don't say stop.
The result is thought. Is thought. More
Huh?
thought. More thought.
Or
Thought.
thought.
Thinking, yes.
I say find out the source of a thought, and I is a thought itself.
All right. Supposing someone tries to do this.
No, why
And-
someone? Why not you? Someone may be there. Now we are both are here. If it holds good for you and me, it will hold good for everyone.
Master, there are some people who say that the behavior of a guru is to be taken as an indication of that teacher's degree of realization, that there is a one-to-one correspondence between the behavior of a realized soul and his state of realization. Do you believe that a guru is responsible for his actions? Is this a valid way of determining the quality of a teacher?
First of all, Guru is not commanded by any person. He is free man. No one can command him. Not even God can command him. God listens to his commands.
Sir.
And this question doesn't. It's a term from the religion. You see, you have to behave according to the commandments of the Bible. And if you don't, you will be put into hell. And each has got a different commandment, and it may be sin in one religion, but it may be merit for the other religion, you see. So whom to believe? But the question is for a realized person. So realized person is that who has transcended all codes of conduct, all behaviors. For him, nothing ever existed.
Are the are the
And
actions...
this is a part of ignorance, you see. Behavior is a part of ignorance. And whatever this man after enlightenment does, whatever he eats, whatever he looks, is absolutely the finest behavior, how the one should behave. Every person, every plant, every animal, every rock, he will look with such a beauty that no one else can look.
Are a teacher's actions taken in relation to disciples? Are they a teaching or not? That is to say, when a guru acts for a disciple or to a disciple, should the disciple consider those, all of his actions, to be teachings for him or her or not?
It's not a marketplace that there is a seller and there is a marketplace and there are customers. And Guru has no such disciples. He is alone. Who are there? Who is there? For him, never anything existed.
Oh.
There's no student and no teacher. This is wisdom. All the rest is preaching. He may be preacher, what you speak about, not a teacher, you see. Teacher has no teaching, no rules of any conduct, you see. He is transcended from everything, you see.
Sometimes you even appear to be angry. Are you?
It is the anger that gets angry. And Mr. Anger plays its parts very well on some people. He is my cat, my commando, you see. He takes care of me. Mr. Anger is there and Mr. Hunger is one also. So he takes care of me. At proper time he sends me to the table, you see, I eat. Mr. Hunger is a good friend. And Miss Sleep also is a very good friend of mine. She likes to sleep with me and I sleep with her.
What is important for a seeker who sincerely wants to be free?
Most serious thing that one should, for the seeker, is to seek freedom alone. Only freedom. As a young girl needs a young boy. There's nobody else in her mind. The parents have brought her up to 20 years now. Teachers are there, neighbors are there, friends are there, relations are there. But when she is around 20, and she falls in love with the boy and rejects even the town and everything else, and goes with the boy and wherever he is.
If you had to give one more qualification, what would the next one be after mumukshutva? What is the next greatest help for a disciple?
After mumukshutva? Number one is this strong, burning desire for freedom, as somehow the clothes catch fire and somebody on the way, and there is the river, and you catch fire in your hut. And on the way someone says, come have a cup of coffee. And he will prefer to jump into the ocean because he's like this desire is there. Now, the one who is savior, the river has saved his life, so he should not forget. He should be very grateful to that river because it saved the life, you see. Sure. So he shouldn't leave the bank of that river which saved the life.
Moving on now to the guru, what would you say is the most important qualification for a teacher, for a true guru? How can we distinguish a true teacher?
True teacher?
A teacher, yes, a guru. What are the characteristics of a genuine teacher, of a genuine guru? How can a person know, how can a person decide or know that a teacher is a right teacher, a good teacher?
Supposing you are walking into the forest and some deer comes and he rubs your legs and you pat and slowly other come, some rabbit comes and licks your foot, you see, and you are very friendly. They are very friendly animals, and now all of a sudden in front of you suddenly tiger stood in front of you, and will you pat him? Why? What will you think?
I'll run away.
Run away.
Yeah.
Will he allow you to run away?
If I'm
He will
faster
run
than
after.
you.
No, no. You are faster or the tiger is faster? I don't think. When you sight a tiger and you run away from the tiger, I've never heard. It may not be tiger, it may be something else. So when you meet a tiger, he will take very good care of you.
Yeah.
So that is the symptom of a teacher. And what will you think at that time when the tiger is this, my wife is waiting for the dinner, I have to return? Will you think? No. Why? So that is the symptom of a tiger, where you don't think. He will take good care of you. He who stops your thinking, number one.
Ah, I see.
This is the symptom. He who stops your thinking. Where you go and you simply you stay like a dumb person and you simply surrender to the tiger. You see, now you do whatever you want. I can't slap you, no.
Master, you sometimes say that the bird of freedom has two wings, jnana and bhakti. We've spoken about jnana. What is the place of bhakti in your teaching? The place of bhakti.
Not for the West.
Not for the West.
Therefore I don't speak.
I see. If someone has an inclination to bhakti, do you encourage or discourage him or her?
Very, very much encourage.
All right. So to the person who is on the path of love, who is treading bhakti marg, is it not better to begin with love of form, with sagun bhakti, rather than the formless or nirgun bhakti? As the Gita says, it is easier for a person to love form than no form.
Yes,
Is that not
yes,
so?
Yes, yes, sir. Yes.
What
There
then?
are steps, right? There are steps, yes.
Such as?
Yes.
Okay. Could you say something about nirgun bhakti? About love of formless. That is something that's very difficult for many people to understand.
Because the mind, first of all, sagun bhakti means the mind needs some image, some statue, some vigraha to hold in the beginning, to concentrate on it. So later on, it depends upon the devotee's devotion, and then he projects his own devotion into that image. And it is the divine and devotion and the object of devotion, any statue, any image. So it manifests. The divine manifests because this is a child. The child wants to play with the toys. The parents bring him toys, you see, not to play with themselves. And they give the toys to child for the children to play with the toys, and when they grow old, younger, and then they will not play with the toys.
So they moved to Nirgun Bhakti.
Yes, yes.
Can you describe that? Exactly what is Nirgun Bhakti?
Nirgun means where there is no guna at all, no image, nothing else. Sarv karm akhilam partha jnane parismapte. As there are many rivers, they all discharge into the ocean. So it's accepted, you see. The people, the children can play to concentrate, and finally the divine will, through its grace, will show the child, now you are grown enough, then it will appear in the heart itself. The same transformation will speak, like in case of Meera, you see.
Yes.
So Meera started with this bhakti with the idol of Krishna, and she was only 9-year-old when a marriage procession was going, and she didn't know what the marriage is. And she was also a princess. She asked her mother, what's this? She says, this is a wedding. And now this is the groom. He is going to wed with his wife. He is the groom who is seated on the horse, wed his wife. And that she asked, who's my groom? Then she was a child, and she was a Krishna Bhakta, and so she took her to the temple and introduced, he's your groom. So she never knew the meaning of it, so it demonstrated like this thing. Love created between her and him.
You had mentioned earlier this evening that a man who was on fire to become free, that man who is burning and is quenched, that fire is quenched by the river, that man should have gratitude for that. In the same way, when tremendous devotion to the Guru arises for his grace, what is the best way to work with this devotion, to take one to freedom? Or let me ask first, when tremendous devotion to the Guru arises, do you permit the devotee to devotion to your form?
There are also. There are also, but none of them belong to the West, because they have sold their mind and their bodies already to somebody else, because unsmelt flower is offered to God. Who has got unsmelt flower means unsmelt heart. Whose heart is there which has not been smelt by someone else? How can you offer that flower to God?
By the Guru's grace, cannot that smelt flower become pure again? What is the best way to work with devotion to Guru, to utilize that devotion for freedom?
I don't think love can be taught in any university. It is there, naturally it is there. To fall in love with some girl, I don't think I will ask my neighbor or my father what my father will say if I tell I am in love with that girl.
Clear.
When you fall in love, you have fallen in love, that's all. You don't consult anybody else, you see.
Master, what is surrender in the context of bhakti, and especially of Guru bhakti? What is surrender?
Surrender means surrender your ahankar, your ego, your separation, and merge with the Guru, with the devotion, with the Lord. I am the Lord itself, surrendered, and keep quiet.
So, is that surrender gradual or immediate?
Immediate. Surrender is immediate, you see. Surrender is immediate, you see.
Can there not be a growth in love? Does not love seem to become greater and greater? Can surrender not become more and more complete?
Love is fathomless. Love is fathomless. The more you dive into the love, the more you want to love again, more you get into the depth of love, you see. You don't want to come to the surface again.
You sometimes say that devotion to God cannot lead one to freedom because God is a projection of the human mind. Does this hold true of devotion to Guru? Can devotion to Guru, can Guru Bhakti take one to freedom?
Because in the beginning, you go to class, primary school teacher you go, he is your teacher, he is your guru, you see. Then you go to university, then you may go to that school, or may you see that teacher or not. Not see, he is not angry with you, he is happy because my student is gone now and done PhD. Now the same PhD student and becomes a high officer. He becomes some governor of the same state. He's still happy. Both are happy. Everybody is happy, you see, like this thing. So it is a blessing from the teacher that he is arisen and become the Lord itself. And the Guru teaches that, but then at that time, the student is not understanding the language of the teacher, you see.
Right.
So it goes on step by step with the student, and ultimate result is only this: when he meets the final teacher, Sadguru is one, you see. Sadguru is one who enables you to recognize your own self. All other teachers will send you to someone else, you see. Final Sadguru is one, you see. He will not send you to somebody else. He will tell you the perfect knowledge and liberate you from this rebirth, circle of rebirth immediately. Not immediately, this circle he will tell you, even you are not born. This universe also was never created. This is the ultimate Sat.
This is a very high teaching. Supposing the disciple, in all sincerity, does not understand this teaching when he first or she first hears it, what then do you prescribe for such a person?
Next life. What is the cycle? What samsara is for this place. This life, this punarjanam is only for this purpose, you see. Again and again he will live. After all, you have to return home. One has to return home. If not now, tomorrow, not tomorrow, next life. And in the end, he will see there have been no life procedure at all. He will find out, I have not moved. This only was a concept. Time was a concept. My ignorance was a concept. This, in the finally, he himself will understand, and Guru will not make him understand. No one can make him. You have got to not understand. Something will happen to you at some time, you see.
Master, this seems to be not a very compassionate approach. Is there nothing that such a person can do in the way of spiritual practice to prepare himself or herself to hear the truth?
This postponement, no? Postponement. Again, deceiving one who says, I have to prepare myself, he is deceiving himself, fooling himself. What can be done tomorrow? Why not today?
Is there not a place for sadhana then in your teaching?
No.
No sadhana.
No.
You give devotees, disciples nothing to do.
No, nobody is doing anything. They have been doing with other teachers. I only tell them, no effort and no thinking. Keep quiet.
Does not this in itself imply a practice?
This is working somehow. That's why people all over the world are coming here. Every teacher gives them teaching and there is no result. There are many ashrams in the world, many centers in the world, and many things people are doing, and they are telling for the last 34 years we are doing this thing, this yoga and that yoga, everything we are doing with no result. The mind is not quiet because whatever yoga or any practice they are doing with the mind and the body. Yoga with the body. Any understanding, sadhana means with the mind.
Yes, indeed.
So, mind cannot arrive there.
What then was the purpose of your many years of practice? You practiced, you did sadhana for many years.
Many
very
years.
Hard sadhana.
Many janmas I know, I have known.
Was this all zero?
I was fed up with them. Then I met my master. Then he told me once, what appears as an object or a subject or disappears is not real.
When you heard that, you became free. But isn't it not possible that your practice prepared you to hear that without dropping it, so that it was more than just a glimpse for you? So that the mind became a fit receptacle or container for this teaching?
Yeah, it may have.
If you say no, how do you explain in the Upanishad when Sukadev wishes to meet Janaka, before Janaka will admit him into his palace for teaching, he asks Suka to go all around the palace carrying a jar of oil and not to spill one drop. What is the meaning of that, if it is not to indicate that one-pointedness of mind is necessary before the truth can be heard with effect, with lasting effect? Is it not better to help a disciple who does not understand the truth at first hearing, to give him a bone even with no meat on it, may be better than nothing at all?
So it was not me, it was Janaka told him. Phyllis said, I would have told him, you throw away this oil with this vessel itself.
All right.
Why carry burden?
Then I think that
if he has thrown away, his hand will be empty. His hand will be only empty when he throws away the part full of oil.
Many people come to you, and with this teaching they obtain a glimpse, but because they are not perhaps fit to hold on to that teaching, that glimpse may disappear. Those people then are disappointed? They may feel...
Yeah, that's why they get a glimpse here, and go very well satisfied to Vancouver. And they again come back. That glimpse they have lost on the way. There was one girl from Vancouver, she told me. One boy is here also. That glimpse I said, you have lost it because you tried to maintain it. You tried always to keep it. Therefore you lost it. It's not your father's property that you want to keep it. So now you have come for the second time. So you had a glimpse. Don't try to hold it. Don't try to maintain it. If it came, let it go. Don't care. Let it go. Don't try to hold it. It is not your possession. It's not the object to be possessed. Glimpse is a glimpse.
But would it not be more helpful for that person to equip him with the means of holding on to it, so to speak?
The best equipment is to give up the intention of holding.
That means to give up the search.
Yeah, also search.
Then
what will happen?
What will happen?
Also
how will such a person change? He will remain such as he is.
That's what I say. He will become changeless. Otherwise, he'll be changing.
But now you're playing with words.
No, not playing with. Do it and see. Why you want? Will you have friendship with something that changes?
Perhaps one cannot help it. This is what I mean. if, according to you, one doesn't understand the truth at first glimpse, at first,
no one can understand truth. No one can understand truth. You are truth itself. How can you understand that what you are?
All right. If one does not become truth itself,
It is not becoming.
or recognize, remove the
Not even
illusion that one
no,
is
no,
not
not
truth.
even recognizing. It's comparative. You must be something else to recognize someone else.
You seem to make freedom dependent solely upon grace. You seem to make it dependent upon a roll of the dice. Either you get it or you don't. If you get it,
Well,
fine.
you
If you
can't
don't,
get it.
tough luck. You have to wait till next birth.
Who's the person? Freedom alone is. Consciousness alone is. Nothing else. Emptiness alone is. Nothing else.
But until one experiences that for
There's
himself,
no one.
that's just,
There's
it's just
no
words for
one.
people.
There's no 1, 2, or 3. If you don't have the concept of one for 1 second, that there's no one for 1 second, as you go and to sleep, and is there any one, any oneness or two-ness?
No.
No, then what do you lose? What's your loss?
Yes, this is a natural occurrence, but in the same way,
No,
when one wakes up, the wave arises from the sea again,
Therefore I
also
say-
naturally.
Therefore I say, it's not natural. His intention to wake up at that 5 o'clock again in the morning, it is this intention which he has kept out. Then if you have no intention at all that I will get up at 5 a.m., it means you are not bound in time. If you are not bound in time, you are free of the time at all. This is freedom from time is freedom.
Indeed. But we are not free from time, most of us.
Yes. So freedom from time is freedom. Any attainment of sadhana, anything what you speak is within the time, and result will be within the time, and it will destroy. Time will be lost.
But what will be destroyed? Maybe ignorance will be destroyed.
Your concept that this is freedom, your projection that I get this by this practice, I will be benefited, and you get the result also.
But Master, even the search itself is illusory.
Yeah,
So within this
that's what I
illusory
said.
search,
Don't search. Give up your search.
but you're asking the impossible.
No.
Then what would be the meaning of the scriptures?
You will know the meaning. Scriptures only tell you this thing. Keep quiet. Keep quiet.
Indeed, that's true. But they also
We must
encourage
listen. If it is
sadhana.
true, let us try, To dull-headed people, they describe sadhana. Also they say sadhana, don't practice. Also they say.
Is it not possible that sadhana could perform what Vidyaranya calls?
We have recently seen many yogis, and what is you cite anybody who has done sadhana, and what is the result? What is the result?
Well, take your own case. Do you not think that sadhana has fit you to become who you are today, that has not hurt you? That is to say, if granted that all is Maya, as Ramakrishna said, some Maya can take you up and some Maya can take you down. If the seeker is as though in a dark cave, he wants to find the entrance to the cave, perhaps sadhana can be like a string which he can follow to the light at the end of the entrance of the cave. Now, the string is not real, but it can lead him to the real. Even as Vidyaranya says, a man who sees a lamplight in a window shining on a gem, and a light on a gem, the man who follows the light to the lamp gets nothing. But the man who follows the light to the gem, he obtains the precious jewel. Now, both are equally mistaken. It's an illusion. But in one case, it's a fruitful illusion. Cannot sadhana be a fruitful illusion that it can help to reduce karmas, reduce the weight of conditioning, reduce the weight of samskars to fit the mind to hear the truth from the teacher?
When you are doing any practice, any sadhana, at that time you ask the question, who is doing sadhana? Who is doing sadhana? What is sadhana? Something with the hands, isn't it?
With the mind, yes.
With the hand, what hand can do? Some activity. But then the result of any exercise with the hand is not going to get freedom. What is it? Flesh, bone,
okay,
blood.
let it be.
So
But
this
some benefit can be there.
Yes, it could, any benefit from the physical thing has to be physical benefit.
Master, if in the cave you come to
Yes.
that seeker in the cave
Yes.
and you show that seeker light, he has a glimpse of light and is encouraged. Then you leave him with no sadhana, no string, no way out. The man is as he was before. You've shown him a glimpse and gone away. Now this man, that glimpse has not remained with him.
So I told him,
So then what is he to do? Is not a string leading to the entrance at least better than no string at all?
the string may be there, maybe light may be there, candle may be there to take you into the cave, but it is your light that is seeing through this light you are going. Your light is more important.
Right. All right.
So you find out who is seeing this light.
Maybe at the end of that string, when I come to the light outside, I realize that that is so, but until that time I may not.
You are going into the cave to see someone
Out
who
of the
is seated, in the cave or outside.
I'm going out of the darkness to the light.
Any practice you are doing, any practice, where the energy is coming from, to lift a hand. Now you are speaking. Okay, tongue is speaking. Where this energy is coming to speak, to give me a question. Where this energy is coming?
Not from tongue, behind.
Behind. Go behind, which is the reservoir of the energy.
Pran, and behind.
Acha, you go behind, I say.
Then manas.
You go forward.
Behind.
You go always forward. But have you gone behind now, any time? Why don't you go behind from where this energy is coming to perform any sadhana, to see, smell, taste, or touch, or speak?
One has and one does by your grace. But mind is very strong. The conditioning of the past is very strong. Therefore, that glimpse does not remain. That window again becomes...
So what I tell them, there are people who lost the glimpse. I said, this glimpse has come from within you. Look within and see now, right now. It has not come from Lucknow. I tell them. It has not come from me, not from Punjaji, not from any person, not from anything, not from any object. Also I say, this glimpse has not come from any person, number one. Avoid all person, including you. You are also a person. And anything, all things. Don't think of things. Any object, any idea that I've got a glimpse, not a glimpse. No things, no ideas, and no persons. Don't think of any of these three things. Then look, what do you see?
Right. I can only say this is, again, it's a petitio prakipi. You are asking the person to be already that which he seeks.
Yeah.
So
No,
this is a
be
fallacy. How
No,
can you
no,
do
be the
this? There's
seer.
no room
Not-
then for
Not the see, I say avoid seeing. Look from where you get the energy to see, to think, to speak, to touch and taste. Why don't you see the reservoir? Now you have this light. Switch on, switch off. Where does this light come from? Where this light is coming from, no one has gone there. Only the electrical engineer knows, and he can take us. And that electrical engineer is Guru. He will take you there, my dear boy, you come. This line is coming, you cut the line also, there is no light in the line. No light.
Right.
I asked this question to one chief electrical engineer of Lucknow here. He said, we do not know what happens. There's no light in the wire. See, break. Nothing. There also we do not know what happens. Instantly this electricity is produced. So you go to the reservoir and then you can switch off, on whenever you like. This is not light that you see. I only say, come, go to the reservoir. And here the reservoir may be 5 kilometers, but this reservoir is just the nearest than your retina, behind the retina from where you get the sight to see, behind the breath even. You are not to make effort even to breathe. So close it is. Why can't you do even this as I say for 1 second? And then give me 1 second of your, whatever your age is. 1 second you can give me, I beg of you 1 second, and tell me the result. Go to the reservoir, and how to go to the reservoir, don't think of a person, a thing, or any idea.
Master, your teaching is noble and pure, no doubt. It is your love that makes you, for us all, that makes you speak like this, as though it were so easy. And yet you yourself have said that in your life, out of 1 million people that you have met, perhaps only 2 or 3 people have managed, like yourself, to achieve this. So this simplicity is, it is at the same time extraordinarily difficult. And for those of us who love freedom and want to be free, but have not the good fortune to become free at a stroke, some practice or sadhana would seem to be helpful, even in removing the idea that one is a doer, which again is a product of mind.
I am very satisfied with what is happening in this satsang in Indiranagar. I am very, very satisfied. Because I have seen many ashrams for the last 60 years. I have known all the ashrams in India, right from Kanyakumari up to Srinagar, from Dwarka to Puri, all ashrams, all swamis. I am friendly with everybody, and all the centers in Europe also. What is the result? I don't find it. Only quarrel, litigations, quarreling. I am very happy. Therefore, I will not establish any center here. No ashram, a rented house. When I pass away, finish.
If you pass away. I don't think you will.
Finish. I am living in the house of my daughter-in-law. I got very good offers. People were buying islands for me, you see, islands in France, in Spain, and in Venezuela also. Here is the island you buy, you stay here. I said, no, I'm not going to lay a brick here in Transit Lounge. If I myself am doing this thing, get greedy, then I am not an honest man and my word will not work. If the teacher is greedy for anything, his word, he's not first of all a teacher, his word has no power at all, it will not work. That's what all teachers world over are commercial. Either they don't have knowledge or they are commercial. This is the result, you see it. Either they have no knowledge or they are commercial, making money only.
I think your word does work, Master. Perhaps we do not work.
I am very satisfied what's going on, and this is the grace of the Supreme. It is that which is doing. He is using Punjaji, and I am happy I am being used. I am very happy.
I think I must say, I haven't the heart to say anything further about sadhana. Yeah, for the 2 years or so that I've known you, I've never known another human being who has worked and served humanity, people, without distinction of caste, creed, color, country, race, religion, so hard day and night as you. I've never seen, and keeping nothing for himself, taking nothing from anyone else, just serving people with love and compassion so completely.
Beautiful, eh? What a satsang we have. You played very well.
With your grace only. Really, there's not another person alive like you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much. You've honored me so much, Papa. Really, I don't know how to express it.
We, on behalf
All
of
of you
everybody.
have. Thank you so much. I'm very... Oh. I don't know what karmas I did to have you in my life, Papa. I'm just... I've been trying to figure you out for a long time, and I just completely... I don't know how you do it. You don't depend on any human source. Nothing. You don't depend on any human source of affection, of love or affection, of energy. It's uncanny. It's unreal how you are, what you do day and night. Unbelievable. Really, I've never seen anything. It's the grace of my life to up close to be in the presence of such a I don't even know if you're human. Honest to God, I mean it. You completely you baffle me totally. I'm really... So now I just give this all a thing. Completely, these books is also...